You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind. Well, good morning and hello, kids. Welcome to Season 3 and episode number 88, is it? Of the Daily Beaver here on the Crier Media Network. And kids, episode number 200 of the Daily Beaver. Our counter says 201, but our first one was a teaser, so we don't really count that. So, yes, 200th episode. Thank you for staying with us. Woohoo! We're 200 years old. Looking pretty good. Yes, today recording day is Thursday, March 30th, 2023, and it's been a much colder evening, night, and morning than usual here at the Beaver Lodge. It feels like minus 13 at the moment, which is pretty interesting because we've had like 5 and 6 degrees Celsius the past few days. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver A, and with me as always is my dear friend, Mr. Grizzly. Of course, a big thank you goes to our podcast's founding sponsors, the Peppermaster, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. We have a Thursday morning bite for you, but first we must ask Mr. Grizzly how he's doing today and say hello to him. So how's your mental health today, sir?
Good morning, Mr. Beaver. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Celebrating.
Celebrating. What's the celebration for?
Give me your news first, and then I'll go.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling mentally pretty good. Physically, not terrible, but I do have a migraine starting. I can feel it right now. Yeah. So it's going to be one of those days, you know.
Yay.
It is what it is. I might have to put on some sunglasses in a minute because I've got all these lights on me. And
yeah.
It's not pleasant right now.
Yeah, I can tell by your eyes, actually.
Yeah. It's really unpleasant.
Yeah. I am celebrating because mixed doubles curling. We're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And the way that our league is formed is we've got 3 groups, A, B, and C, and we play several rounds. And at the end of a round, if you're top 2 in your group, you go up a level. If you're bottom 2, you go down a level. Mm-hmm. So we finished top 2 in B, so we're going up to A. Given that it's the playoffs, they asked us, do you want to play the A playoffs or the B playoffs? We got the choice. If we played A playoffs, our reward for finishing second in B was playing the top team in the entire league in round 1.
Okay.
not really enticing.
Yeah, but it's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Or if we stayed in B, then we play Team C1. Okay,
Which,
no problem, which we would have a good chance. But turns out that Team C1 was that team that I was complaining about earlier this year that had that guy that when he replaces someone who's gone, he's a ringer.
right?
Yeah, the guy he replaces was in Hawaii. So play the best team in the league or play the best player in the league. We won.
Oh, cool.
We've never beaten them, ever. Like, not even close. We step on the ice and the match was already over. We're playing with them. Like, we
Nice.
get beat by a lot. We won. We won.
So
So round 2, here we come. Woo!
miracles do happen.
Miracles do happen. We won 2 ands. We scored 4 twice.
Okay. Who knows?
So we don't do things small. If it's not 4, we don't want the points. It's just how we roll.
If you say so.
So yes, but anyway, yeah, round 2. Ooh, so we are semifinalists. Last year we won C, and now we're at least, well, we're second place at the end of the year, and we're now an A division team, and we are now at least semifinalists in B. Progress. We're getting better.
I got to jump out for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Good morning, Kits. Good morning, Kit Linda M, Kit Elaine, Kit Jen, Kit Ellen, Kit Daniel, Kit Saucy. It's so lovely to see all of you. Thank you very much, and thank you for celebrating and sharing in my joy. In the headlines, there's lots of things going on. Of course, the government is out selling its budget and making announcements. Israel seems to be in a big amount of trouble. Prime Minister Netanyahu has canceled his plan to basically overtake the judiciary. They call it a judicial reform package in Israel. And it seems that he's had to give a concession to somebody in his cabinet who goes by Ben-Gvir, who is very extremely to the right, very much extremely to the right, and doesn't seem to have any love whatsoever for Palestinians. So they basically, the price for suspending this temporarily while they try to negotiate with opposition parties something a little better was to make this Ben Gvir guy in charge of a special militia that's just his. Well, if you give a man like that a toy like that, not good things are going to happen. So that doesn't seem to be doing very much to quell the protests that are now in their 12th week and have been having tens of thousands. So that's a little scary at the moment, that the concession for stopping for the moment. And it doesn't really look like Netanyahu wants to stop with his judicial reform plan. He's just trying to find a way, I guess, to smooth off some of the edges, try to get a little extra opposition input. But the reason that people of Israel are really concerned about this is that, as we mentioned on yesterday's show, that Israel doesn't have a constitution. I haven't been able to do much research, and I don't know why that is. All I've been able to find is for historical reasons. We don't have a constitution, but they also do not have an upper house. And they also don't have several other mechanisms that would be a check to the government. So in Israel, the only check to the government is the Supreme Court. And
Interesting.
themselves the power to overrule it with a simple majority vote. So understandably, the citizens of Israel are upset because, well, they like democracy. And understandably, the 20% of citizens of Israel who happen to be Arab are not really happy with Mr. Ben-Gvir being given a personal militia to do with, well, whatever he will. So some people in Israel are talking that the country might be on the brink of civil war.
Well, that's not good at all.
And I mean, wasn't the whole point of creation of Israel to
avoid that? Yeah.
Create a place where Jewish people could live, where there would not be war?
That was the idea behind the creation of the state. Yeah.
Where they would be safe, and so yeah, I am. I don't know enough about this Middle East stuff to be able to comment intelligently, and in a way that's, sensitive and takes into consideration, thousands of years of historical. I mean, I'm just not versed. All I see is that politically, I'm just seeing a man doing whatever he needs to do to keep his butt out of jail.
So it
And
would
he's
seem,
selling
yeah.
out his entire democracy.
Well, I mean, that's what
I mean,
narcissists do, right?
Yeah, there might be more to it. Like I said, I'm not well versed, but it's a scary time because Israel, which is a bastion of democracy in that entire region, decides that it's going to dispense with it.
Yeah, not a good thing, right? I have some positive news.
All right,
Learned this
your
last
your
night.
volume's a little low, sir.
How about now?
Yeah, it's better.
Sorry, I'm speaking in a low voice because I'm not feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I did get some positive news. Remember this little thing, this April Fool's Day joke, national shutdown protest, remove the Liberals?
Yes,
They've lost their
yes.
permit. It has been rescinded by Parliamentary Protective Services and the City of Ottawa. They have no permit to protest. And the guy who was organizing it, kind of lost his mind online about it yesterday, saying, "Oh, they're going to have to deal with me personally and threatening violence." And I'm like, "Bring it on!
Oh,
Bring it on!"
Oh
He was
my!
going on about, "See, Trudeau can't enact the Emergencies Act because there's no emergency." I'm like, "What the heck are you talking about? Nobody said anything of the sort. Your permit was rescinded because they discovered that you aren't protesting. You're trying to shut down the government, and that's what we would call a coup or an attempted coup." So yeah, we're not going to put up with that crap. So I can't remember what the fella's name is, but yeah, he's getting the boot. So I'm happy about that.
Oh, freedom canceled. One more time.
One more time.
Twice in 1 year.
Wow.
Gee, we're getting good at this.
Well, you know.
Oh, poor baby. You're going to have your anniversary celebration somewhere else.
Well,
Oh,
just,
so sad. Sorry, poodle. Next. Okay. It seems that
thank you. Next. Thank you. Next.
Danielle Smith, old Danieller. Well, it seems that she got a little bit of case of Casey Madu disease.
Oh.
Remember Casey Madu,
Mm-hmm.
former Minister of Justice, who got a speeding ticket, who decided that it was probably a good idea to pick up the phone and call police and basically pull a, "Do you know who I am? And are you sure you didn't give me this ticket because I'm black?"
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems that there's a man named Artur Polyak, I believe it is, Artur
Pulowski.
who's been charged with criminal mischief,
Yeah.
among other things, as a result of, I believe it was the plot at Coots. I'm not sure if he was associated with the plot itself or just criminal mischief. But it appears that the darling premier, using her absolute best judgment, decided that she should take a phone call from a man who was criminally charged and discuss his case with him.
Yeah,
Right
she's
there.
in a lot of trouble for that one, and I'm here for it, to be honest with you. I'm completely
Now
here for it.
that alone,
Mm-hmm.
that alone is not good.
No, it's
Right?
it's bad.
Not at all. But it seems that the NDP had some video
Oh yes, yeah.
of the call
Yeah.
that they released. And in the call, she is heard saying that she discussed COVID charges, quote, almost weekly with justice officials.
Mm-hmm.
And that she was very sympathetic to his plight.
Yeah, and she thought she could
I can
just grant him clemency, but she realized, oh, that's not, we can't do that in Canada, unlike how I
well,
was trained. What?
yes. Apparently, she said, well, she doesn't have the power to pardon like in the United
Mm-hmm.
States, but quote, I can ask our prosecutors, is there a reasonable likelihood of conviction and is it in the public interest? And I assure you, I have asked them that almost weekly ever since I started here, right? Or I got started here.
Mm-hmm.
Almost weekly. Now, whether or not she did,
We don't know.
she's publicly representing to people who are in trouble with the law that she has. Now, she may have not been doing anything wrong. People are saying that none of this is illegal per se. It's very
Unethical for sure.
But if she actually did do it, it's wrong. If she's not doing it and is just telling her constituents, yeah, I will do that. Leave that with me,
Mm-hmm.
and then won't. Well, that's wrong.
Oh yeah.
But number one, before any of this, because she's sitting there going, says, "Oh well, I didn't talk to like actual Department of Justice officials. I only talked to the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General about that case." Let's back that truck up because of the SNC thing. That's specifically what Prime Minister Trudeau said. I talked to the AG, the Minister of Justice, right? Jody Wilson-Raybould. I didn't talk to the prosecution service. So apparently that's not good enough for him, but it is good enough for her.
Well,
and
rules for me, not for thee, right?
well, number one, but number two, it's just well, here we go, Mr. Grizzly. If you would there's a Twitter feed, a person called Courtney Theriault, who usually a reporter with City News, Edmonton. And well, here's 2019 radio host Danielle Smith with some interesting takes on perception of political interference when it comes to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and SNC-Lavalin. Also in 2019, on the SNC-Lavalin Jody Wilson-Raybould controversy, Smith argues the Justice Minister should be fully independent of the government, citing the UK approach, and suggests the appearance of pressure and fallout should lead to a Mueller-style inquiry. Oh, okay. And then Smith's 2019 remarks are of note as the SNC-Lavalin controversy seemed in part to guide her approach to dealing with the COVID prosecution of Pulaski and others.
Yeah.
Oh, so when Justin does it, it's
Wrong, but when I do it, it's okay.
Meritorious of a Mueller-style inquiry. But when you do it, it's, oh, no, it's not so bad because I was only speaking to the Attorney General and that, but not to, but after you told someone that you've been talking to officials.
Yeah. I'm not saying,
weekly,
I'm just saying.
Since you got started here. Like this was one of your first priorities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not impressive. And as pollster Janet Brown, who we mention often because she's the best pollster in Alberta by far, said that this could have some pretty big consequences for her because, well, basically it's her judgment that's been the issue.
Look, we've been saying she's a corrupt...
This is not good judgment.
No, she's a corrupt individual who, she doesn't believe in science to begin with. What was one of her first statements? The unvaccinated are the most persecuted people I've ever seen in my life. Oh, lady, please.
Yep.
Please. They're not even the most persecuted people I've seen in the last half hour. Fuck. Just some people, man. They just want to cry and whine and go, me. I'm so hard done by in my $190,000 a year job where my housing and everything is paid for. I'm biting my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to drop F-bombs. It's just sort of I'm trying not to. I'm going to reserve them for surgical strikes when they're needed.
So yeah, she's in trouble. We love to see it.
Mm-hmm. She's just creating content for us, dude. All we get to do is comment on the content she creates for us. It's bad for the people of Alberta. It's terrible for democracy, but it's good for us.
Yeah.
I say that
Absolutely.
tongue in cheek. I mean, it's bad all the way around. There's nothing
Yes,
good about it.
yes, and it's gonna be great for our you know series that's coming up with the people from the breakdown in
Oh yes.
Albertistan when we're talking about going to do a couple of episodes panels going into the
Mm-hmm.
election and an election night special hopefully. But yeah, we didn't expect that this would happen when we made plans to have that. So yeah, stay
See,
tuned for that. We're going to get. Pardon?
speaking of other shows, you went live on Around the Horn last night, were you?
Last night, yes, we went live. Yeah,
Sorry, I
we
missed the
normally
show because
record
I
on
was
Mondays.
recording. I was
Pardon?
recording
Oh,
last night, so working on a new music show. So I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. It's just as I was climbing into bed, I got a notification on my phone, so I pulled it up and I started to watch it, and it was 11 o'clock, so I went to bed. But I'll
yeah.
have to give it a check out later today. But that's your first. That's the first live one, huh?
Yeah, that's the first live one. Normally we pre-record, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Ray had some meetings and stuff on Monday and Tuesday, so we just went live.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, yeah, and it turns out that my match was like at 9 o'clock, so I was able to do it. Because if it had been a 7 o'clock match, I would have had to miss my debut as the
Mm-hmm.
official member of the Horn. So there you
Cool.
go. Yeah. So with Danielle Smith, we have this article here from the CBC. It says that the phone conversation between Smith and Arthur Pulaski happened in early January, just weeks before his trial in Lethbridge on February 2nd. So just weeks before his trial, too. Great timing. She had, as we say often on the show, a premier, an MP, a prime minister's most valuable asset is their time. She had 11 whole minutes for him and for this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I listened to it. It was
That's a
annoying.
significant amount of time.
It
Pulaski
took me several times to get through it. I'd play about 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't take this. I had to pause it and walk away for a bit because I was getting enraged by the second just listening to this garbage.
Mm-hmm. So, Pulaski faces charges of criminal mischief and an offense under Alberta's Critical Infrastructure Defence Act related to last year's Coutts Alberta blockade. A judge is set to deliver a verdict in early May. CBC obtained a full copy of the recorded conversation and has verified it,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to other recent leaks that are not necessarily verified.
Mm-hmm.
Just sliding that in there.
Not saying, just saying, just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. You do with that information what you will. Uh, she stated that the premier had asked for and received briefings from the justice minister to get up to speed on files after taking office. And she said when that she would continue to push the case internally, saying, quote, "Can you just leave this with me and I will make that request one more time?" Sounds very much like Donald Trump saying, just
Mm-hmm.
say there was some scandal and leave the rest to us. Mm, I'm very sympathetic, she added on the recording. It was a political decision that initiated this, but it can't be a political decision to end it. That's what I'm finding very frustrating. She's telling this to other constituents that as premier, she already believes it was a political decision before the court case even goes. This is not good.
No, it's not.
Good, not good. During the conversation with Pulaski, Smith says she spoke to the Deputy Minister of Justice and, quote, let him know my dissatisfaction with the tactics. The Crown prosecutors were used.
Mob boss type of,
Specifically, she mentioned she protested the size and timing of prosecutors' document disclosures. The Premier has said Justice Minister Tyler Shandro advised her that she couldn't grant the amnesty she had previously promised to seek. Okay, first she thought that she could actually deliver amnesty. Have you met Canada yet, girl? Have you met us? Seriously. All these patriots that claim to love us and don't even know us. just don't understand.
Well, I mean, the way they were running around during the occupation in the last couple of days, handing out the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Make sure you can read this and show this to the police when they try and arrest you. Yeah, that's nice, but you clearly didn't read it.
Yeah.
And if you did, you didn't understand it, because there's reasonable limits upon one's freedom. It's written right there in plain English, in Anglo-Saxon terms.
Yep. And then here's a killer quote. Quote, "It's unfortunate that I didn't understand the limitations," she said in the phone call. "I thought we had the same power of clemency we had in the U.S."
What's this we had in the U.S.? Huh? Is she American?
Okay, so wait a minute. She has been an MLA before.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a leader of a party.
Wild Rose Party.
Then she went out and had radio shows and columns where she's telling everybody how things work. And she's claiming to this person that she did not know this entire time in of her entire life. I mean, how old is she? 50-something?
Yeah. She's close to my age.
That she does not know that the prime minister or premiers, or like that nobody in Canada has the power of clemency and pardon.
This is a person that should not be anywhere near a political office of any type.
She is premier and she did not know this?
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, I'm genuinely freaked out by that.
Every subsequent quote shows her to be worse and more corrupt and more incompetent.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, I know people in Alberta are freaking out about this right now because they're like, whoa, hang on a sec. Whoa. Like, look, there's the extreme right wing that does live and exist in Alberta. And it's not the majority of the province. The vast majority of the province believe in peace, order, and good government. And they want that good government to represent their citizens, equitably, legally, and make sure that the individuals within that good government should actually know how government works. This will not bode well for her in the next few days. She will be wiped off the face of the earth when it comes to her political life in this country. Now, maybe she'll break away and try and join the PPC because Maxim might take her in. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But any respectful party in this country would be like, here's the door, lady.
This should be political death.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass. You don't understand how our system works and you want to be in charge?
Yeah. Well, and as Kit Saucy says here, that is the important part. We had in the USA, that quote again, "I thought we had the same power of clemency we had in the US." But we had, what do you mean we had in the USA?
I don't understand. Huh?
What's the we?
That's the thing that just, what?
You're American?
Is this the case?
Or you're working for the Americans?
Or you want to be? Like who? Huh? What is going on? Like, what is happening?
Rachel, if you're listening.
Oh, don't worry. Rachel's all over it. I was following her feed yesterday. She is all over it. And Rachel is an intelligent, articulate, well-spoken woman who will eviscerate her in the most polite Canadian passive-aggressive way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, that's the joke, with Canadians. It's like the difference between Canadians and Americans. Americans, if you got something to say to me, come say it to me to my face. Canadians, oh, no, honey. We were raised right. We wait till you're gone. We talk about you behind your back. We're not that polite. We're not that nice, really.
No, passive-aggressive.
We just wait till you're gone.
Say sorry each time we stab you with the knife. Stab, sorry. Stab, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Punch you in the face, sorry, eh?
Oops, Butterfingers.
Did that hurt when I slammed your head into the ice? When I turtled your sweater and gave you a few, Inglewood Jack is what they call it?
I'm sorry. Should I? Do you want me to give you time to turn the other cheek?
Yeah.
I'm happy to be polite and spread it out. Oh, Canadians, we love you. Passive aggressive, and we. Okay. So yeah, now of course she continuously denies that she or her office engaged in any inappropriate conduct, but taking that damn phone call alone was inappropriate conduct. Telling people that
Mhm.
you're contacting prosecutors almost weekly is inappropriate conduct. Uh, Claiming that you believed you had, well, first of all, running on a campaign that you were going to give these people clemency was wrong as well. So yeah, I know. Quote, as I have previously stated, I had my staff work with the Ministry of Justice to determine if anything could be done to grant amnesty for those charged with nonviolent, non-firearms, COVID-related charges. Oh, okay, so you didn't talk with the Ministry of Justice, but you just had your staff.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, 1 degree of separation. Oh, yeah. Thank you for putting
Directed
all
the
that effort to
staff.
trying to bury that.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be seen doing it personally. I'll tap some staff to go do that. That'll make it okay. Uh, well,
You
listen,
know, when
there's
it's
that.
like I didn't pull the trigger. No, but you directed them to do it. You're equally as culpable. Correct me if I'm wrong. Under the eyes of the law, I believe you can be charged with the same
I've got
crime.
a run. I've got a Run DMC song in my head.
It's
Dumb
tricky.
girl, dumb
Oh,
girl.
I thought you were
Just,
going to say tricky.
just, oh man.
Well, I mean, she is a woman, so we'll call her dumb woman instead because she's
I
not a
know
girl.
it's not.
But
She's
I
not
know,
a
I know,
girl, but
I
I
know,
mean,
I know, I know. I'm just,
come
you know,
on,
I'm
man.
pedantic. You know that.
Yes, I know that. No, that's true. But I'm calling women girls and stuff like that. And I
It's
get
yeah,
the point.
it's a
Come on.
yeah. I know. I know.
Okay, dumb girl, GURL.
There. Okay, that one we
Girl.
can live with. That one we can live with.
Jeez. Ugh. Also, as also indicated previously, she says, in multiple interviews, I received a legal brief from the Ministry of Justice recommending against pursuing amnesty further as several matters involving this issue were and still are before the courts. I have followed that
Mm,
advice. So you didn't know that when those things went before the courts? You had to be told that? Like,
apparently.
you're in politics. You haven't seen enough politicians throughout your entire life come to the mic and say, I can't answer that. That's before the courts, or I can't answer that. There's an investigation, or I can't answer that. Right? Which is like 50% of the reason.
I don't watch the news.
hmm Which is like 50% of the reason sometimes that government officials call for investigations or whatnot and have them go, because then they can say for 3 months that they can't talk about it and hope that
Hmm.
it will die down and people will move on to other things. It's like, oh man. When asked if the recorded conversation would affect Pawlowski's criminal case, defense lawyer Sarah Miller said her client had no comment. Oh, now he's not talkative. Oh, okay. Irfan Sabir, the NDP's justice critic, reiterated his party's demands for an independent investigation into allegations of judicial interference by Smith and her staff. He said there are many troubling aspects of the phone call, from her, quote, almost weekly, unquote, discussions of the case, with Alberta Justice to hear her speaking with Pawlowski at all. He is quoted as saying, it is deeply inappropriate for the Premier to be having this conversation with someone facing criminal charges. That she greets him with such admiration says a lot about who Danielle Smith is.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's like putting the knife in, giving a twist, and lifting up.
Well, he's a look. He's a hateful person. He's preached hate. He's preached anger. He's preached
Oh, he's a pastor too, by the way.
yeah, LGBT.
Another one.
He's against basically the existence of anybody who's a member of the alphabet mafia. If you got the vaccine, you're going to die and go to hell in 3 years' time. Oh, wait a minute! I had my first shot 3 years ago, so any minute now, according to him, I should shuffle
hmm
off this mortal coil.
Yeah. Now, Smith repeatedly mentions in the phone call that a certain Rob Anderson, the executive director of the Premier's office, was her main official active on these prosecution files. Quote, Rob Anderson has been doing most of my work with justice in pushing this along. I have a feeling that there's going to be much demand for interviews with Rob Anderson all of a sudden.
Mm.
Hmm? Hmm? In a statement, Anderson described the CBC's pursuit of what he termed defamatory attacks as disgusting. Mr. Grizzly, should we have a political and media literacy moment?
I believe we shall.
It's only defamation if it's not true.
This
was
moment,
your True North Eager Beaver public.
this moment has been brought to you by our title sponsor, Eleganza.
Woo! Maybe we should get the folks at CanadianTarot.com to pull some cards to find out what's in Danielle's future. My role on the file was to ask for a legal opinion from the Ministry of Justice on what options were available to grant amnesty for those facing non-violent, non-firearms related COVID charges, Anderson wrote in a statement. I obtained that legal opinion from the Ministry of Justice and provided it to the Premier as requested. Okay, now come on, bullshit. Mm-hmm. Okay, if she didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
Rob Anderson, because you're the executive director of a premier's office. If she is too dumb to know, you are paid to not be too dumb to know. Okay?
I got nothing on that one.
I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works. Right? The politician might not be aware of absolutely everything and all the ins and outs and regulations, but the person who's running the office has to be. Because the two most frightening words in politics when you're working for a politician are politician or minister or vulnerable. Put the title of the person you're working for, put the word vulnerable next to it. If you do this, this will make the minister vulnerable. And people panic. That was my number one way of getting my way when I needed something. I just put the words minister vulnerable into something and get people to talk. So, you did not have to ask for legal opinion from the Ministry of Justice. You knew that before doing that. The very fact of going to the Ministry of Justice and asking them for is a roundabout way of saying, could you do something about this? Which you're not supposed to be asking. This is a question to which you knew the answer before you asked it. Just.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, come on, man. Come on. And the CBC has sources, because this story broke before in terms of the pressure, saying that people were saying that characterizing it as constantly pushing. So the people that she says that she was not pressuring are saying that they felt constantly pushed. Now, of course, they are sources, and of course, we're having a whole discussion about sources who are anonymous and all that kind of stuff. So. But here there seems to be a lot of, there's much more corroboration for this than we've seen in the public than any of the CSIS stuff. Right? We actually have her voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not conjecture. This is not hearsay. This is an actual recording of her. And I'm told that the recording was by Pawlowski himself.
Yeah.
So.
Gee, with friends like that, eh?
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder. It's so he's I'm just going to record this because I don't trust her, or
It sounds like that to me.
Or is it
public?
Well, this, you got to wonder, what was his
case
motivation?
Hasn't disappeared yet?
Mm-hmm.
His case hasn't disappeared yet, so now he's putting it public?
Yeah, what was his motivation to do that? Why did he throw her under the bus? Because he didn't get what he wanted from her? I don't know.
Fight. So Smith has also said that Pawlowski has been making extensive public appeals on social media for Smith to intervene in his case. So maybe that has something to do with it, and maybe he hasn't been getting the response that he wants. Maybe she's been ghosting him. Maybe she's not as responsive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, kits, we're going to wrap it up for today. And I'll do more reading and research on this and try to bring more stuff to you. But Mr. Grizzly, do we have a show?
We do indeed, sir.
All right. Kits, that's the end of this episode of the Daily Beaver Morning Show. We hope that you loved listening to us, because we love making this for you. Remember that sharing is caring and that word of mouth is priceless. So please let your peeps know about us. And because democracy is something that you do, particularly if you live in Alberta. Yeah, you might want to write your MPs, your MPPs, your media people, and make sure that somebody doesn't yell squirrel and move this off the front page. If you really like this podcast, you can find us on the Crier Media Network as well as all Beaver Grizzly friendly platforms. Stars and reviews are appreciated, and we do love to hear from you. So please write to us on our Facebook at True North Eager Beaver, at True Eager on Twitter, or by email at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. We read everything. If you subscribe to our pod page at podpage.com/the True North Eager Beaver with a hyphen between each one of those words, we will come straight to you when we have something fresh off the bandwidth. And if you are watching on video, perhaps on our True North Eager Beaver Media Incorporated YouTube channel, well then please smash those buttons, as Kit Elaine loves to say, that you like the show, and subscribe, please. We're getting very, very close to 200. I think we're only about 4 people away, so that would be very good. We can't do this without you and your kind and generous support, so if you feel we've done a particularly good show, that QR code by Mr. Grizzly's head there is something that you scan with your cell phone, and that will bring you to our coffee page. If you are not watching, then our coffee page is at coffee, ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver, all in one word, lowercase letters. And that's where you can make your contribution to our emergency coffee, hot chocolate, Caesar, and Guinness fund. Our staff helps us create a great show for you, so please keep us staffed.
I'm staff.
Yes. All our staff are part-time for some reason. Or seasonal. From the Beaver Lodge, this is your Eager Beaver saying, until next time, dear kids, it could be a tough world out there, so please be kind to and gentle with yourself. And a special hello to the lovely ladies from my curling arena who we had a drink with after our day game yesterday, and who all said that they would be tuning in. So, yeah, good morning.
Ladies,
hope you love the show.
How you doing?
Mr. Grizzly, do you have some words of wisdom, please?
Be kind, except for Nazis. Punch them. That's all I've got right now.
All right, Mr. Grizzly, you go take care of yourself. I hope you feel better very, very soon.
Thanks.
And yeah, thanks for doing that despite having a migraine. We really appreciate it. And the kids do too. All right, please roll the credits. You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum. And the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind. And just before we go, thank you, Miss Sarika Sakari. Have the most wonderful day to all of you here, but especially the two handsome men talking.
Thanks. Is children's chewable morphine a thing? Because I could use a couple right about now.
Oh, darn.
See ya.
See ya.